Hello.
Hello, Rollen. How are you?
I'm
It's so
good.
good
How are
to
you?
connect with you.
Same here.
What inspired you to join the collective?
I guess it was just more of, I don't know, like keeping up with what things are going around, like around me, around in the field. I've been quite isolated for some time. So I just wanted to get out there and, experience and also getting some new information, getting some more knowledge, like just take it in, like what all is going on around the world, but in person. Like there's always social media and there's always Google and whatnot. But that person, the personal touch, meeting people in person, being over there, experiencing it, that's like a altogether a totally different game. So yeah, I just wanted to break out of my shell, get out there, see what's new, meet interesting people, also get some knowledge from them about what's going on. And yeah, that's about it. I don't think so. There's something like there was one thing or there was something in particular, but it was just more like, it was more for myself, like
Mm,
to be honest.
mm.
Like just for my own personal growth and also then how I can utilize it with respect to what I'm doing. Like how I can utilize that knowledge or utilize my connections that I've made in with respect to my field or with respect to my firm, business, and that way. So I can just say that I don't know whether that's what we say, whether you include that under inspiration, but that was my major objective. That was why I came to the connect. But
Yeah, I really found that, the energy of the conference
mm,
and, all the people and all the different thinking and the different ideas, it really inspired me. And that's why I wanted, and I just thought, I don't want to lose this. And so that's why I created the collective, because I thought, that there's so much knowledge out there and people are doing things differently in different places,
correct.
but it's
Yeah.
stuff we can
True,
integrate to our own practice.
true. When I even showed up for the conference, I don't think so. I didn't know 80% of what was going on around the world. Like we came across so many different people, like from different nationalities and different part of the globe. And there I got to know, okay, what all is going on, right? What different what do we say projects or sciences and even movements, like for the well-being of the people, the researchers, and even let's talk about the humanitarian aspect as well. I mean, there were a few who were running what do you call it, an NGO kind of a project.
Mm.
So it was really nice and it was really motivating as well to see, like there's so many people who are trying to do so much. And most of it, I think, was driven out of passion, was driven out of, making a difference, bringing about a change. So I was very happy to see that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and being a part of the collective, like what you have created, also, like I am hoping that like as we go ahead and like being in touch and everything, I'll get to learn more. I'll get to see what's going on more that way, and I can, as I said, I can incorporate it over here, and I can like I really want to like I met a couple of people during the conference from US, which I am trying to like it won't be in person, but yeah, using tech like Zoom and Microsoft Teams and trying to integrate us, like, collaborate, use their services over here in this part of the town, in this part of the city and country, so as I can fulfill my mission statement, my goal. That
Yeah.
was like, so yeah, it made a big change. So
Absolutely.
I'm happy to be a part of it. And I was glad to meet you also, but that also by a flip, but yeah, it
100%.
was
Well, we'll be spending a lot more time together in the collective. We're going to run round tables and do all sorts of stuff. So,
awesome, awesome. I'm looking forward to it. And it's going to help me also, like to be honest.
well, I mean,
It's
it's
going to
going to
help me
be for all
personally.
of us, I think. I think for all of us in there, we want everyone to get value out of being part of it. I was going to ask you
No,
another
I was
question.
just saying I'm always looking to grow my skills, whether it be communication, whether it be knowledge-wise,
Yeah,
So I'm sure that this will help me with that aspect as well. Like,
absolutely.
personal growth, not
Definitely.
only with respect to my business, but also personally. So, yeah, so
Definitely.
let's see.
All right. So, Roland, can you share a bit about your background and expertise?
Okay, my background, very interesting though. Uh, okay, I have done my bachelor's in geology. I did my master's in geoinformatics, that is geographic information system.
Mm,
I also pursued my PhD and I ended up into the fitness and health industry. So I gave all that up because fitness and wellness was something that got me out from what I was going through as a teen. Like back then,
mm,
I used to be an obese kid, bullied all the time, going through a lot of mental trauma issues, you can say, whatnot. So this helped me get out of it. This helped me build in some confidence, change my personality, improve my overall health, mental and physical. And then I thought, why not share this with the people around that way? And yeah, there was another selfish kind of a reason where I liked the attention and the respect that I got. So I was like, okay, let's do this. So I kept all that certificates, degrees, and my core education aside, and I got into this. So I did my courses from ISSA, International Sports Science Association. Then I also did my courses from Mumbai University in fitness, exercise science, sports science, nutrition,
mm,
and a bit of, you can say, sports psychology. Like I'm not a master in it, but I tend to use it a bit in my coaching services. So yeah, that's like how I got into what I'm doing. Then I started with my own business. I was working with a couple of firms. I was abroad. I was in Dubai for some time. Then I had a tie-up with a brand in Australia. And then I thought, let's start something by myself. I became a freelancer. After that, then I opened up my own company. Then I collabed with people I associated with like-minded people. That's what, I'm lucky that way that I happened to meet such guys and girls that, who shared the same, what we say, mission,
mm,
to help and to bring about a change, who are passionate about this field as well. And that's how then it took off. So I kept it small. I am not very good with what do you call it, preaching, marketing, and all that stuff. So I just went with the flow. My work, my services spoke for themselves. That's how I kept getting in people. That's how my network broadened up. And if you know, like I remember 5, 6 years back, we were so much into social media marketing and all that stuff. It was mainly all word of mouth. And that's how we built up our network.
yeah.
So I still am a bit old school. I still prefer the old model. Like social media is there, no doubt we can use it as a tool and everything. But I don't know, for some reason, I don't have much, like I have not put all my eggs in the social media basket.
Mm,
Like I don't really, expect much from it. Maybe
mm,
it's my experience. But that's how it is. So that's how I've grown. That's how I made a name. And yeah, people who have been there with me 10 years back, they still are with me. Like at least they're in touch with me. They always prefer our opinion, my firm's opinion, my opinion personally when something comes up, and which is nice, which I like. Like, it shows the amount of respect that they have. And it also motivates me and encourages me to study further, to, what we say, increase my knowledge,
Mm.
to gain more experiences. There was a phase when I used to experiment stuff on myself. So as I can, what you call it, so I can suggest it or advise it to other people. Let it be medicines, let it be XYZ kind of exercises, supplements, even maybe a couple of steroids.
Mm.
So I actually did that just to see the effects so that I could understand what the other person actually is going through, the side effects. It took a toll on me, no doubt about it. I recovered, I'm recovering, that's fine. But like many people call me an extremist. Like I like to go extreme, I like to go into it. Like if I want to help you, I want to understand you. And then there are times that if I feel or if you feel you are unable to understand, then I want to just try and get into your shoes. Like, see what it is.
Mm.
What am I not understanding? What is it that is, what we say, holding, what we say, holding our commute back? Like I want to bridge that gap so that I can provide a better service, make you feel better, that kind of a thing. So that's what I do. I enjoy what I do, no doubt about it. And right now I'm obsessed with, what do we say? Right now I'm obsessed with glucose and gut health and liver health and all that. So I'm just totally into that at the moment.
Yeah.
Just trying to study as much as I can, research and try to decode so that, make things easier for my clients that way. So, so that they can be fit, healthy, and also, I use a holistic approach as well. It's like Ayurveda and the naturopathy kind of a thing. And that also I have seen really helps. It does make a huge difference.
Mm.
So that's all what I've been doing. That's all
Awesome.
about it. That's all my firm's about. And I am about. Like, this
Excellent.
is my life.
What are you most passionate about in your field? What lights you up in the work that you do?
Um, uh, the one thing that I am probably most passionate about or that motivates me or lightens me up is being able to help people reach their goals.
Mm.
Is being able to help them, what we say, achieve their targets, their fitness, health goals, helping them live a better life. So, like, helping them change their lifestyle. I'm talking in terms with respect to health, fitness, and wellness. Other things are not in my control. So yeah, that motivates me. That lightens me. Like, that's what I look forward to. Like even if I feel lazy, lethargic, and there are days when I feel like just bunk, just like take a step back and relax and whatnot. And usually during the summers it happens a lot. So this one thought, it's like that. No, like means they are looking forward to this.
Yeah.
They are looking, what to say. I wouldn't say they're dependent on me, but yeah, like they are looking forward for that change. And what we say, they're looking up to me that way. So like to help them, to guide them. And so it's just that motivates me, that pushes me that no, okay, I need to conduct my sessions. I need to take my session. And I'm very passionate about it. So that's more like being able to make that change or bring that change is what motivates me that way
Yeah.
in someone's life or in my client's life or whatever, in people's lives, personal,
Yeah.
that way.
And in actual fact,
And
I think that some of your clients, or potentially most of your clients, are achieving what they believed was previously impossible
you can say that,
through your
yes.
support, because
Yes, you can say.
you believe in them when they're not believing in themselves.
Very true. Yes, yes, yes. And that makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
And there are many a times that I get so carried away that, like, um, I just end up giving away things and helping people at no cost. Like because being that passionate about what I do or this field, like being obsessed with biology, being obsessed with anatomy, when I just get into that zone, and whether that person is paying me, not paying me, that doesn't matter. The topic comes up and I feel that okay, this can help that person. This can
Mm,
help the guy or the girl or whoever it may be, XYZ. I just end up giving information and it's just that like it just becomes like an what is it, a compulsion that I want them to follow it because if they do, it's going to change them. It's going to change their health. It's going to change their life. And when they don't do it for some reason, maybe whatever it could be, then it kind of breaks my heart.
mm,
So that's when then I feel low or I get down. You know. So basically, that's how it is with me. You can say
yeah. Yeah.
I get too attached and I get too connected. So then if they don't do it and if I see something's going sideways, then
Mm,
I do feel bad.
yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. It
So
is hard
that's
sometimes, isn't it? Because we've only got control over so much. Like you're saying, we can't be there to, living in their house, motivating them 24 hours a day to do what they need to do. All we can do is guide them and, but they actually do need to take the action. But if they take the action, they are going to get the result.
definitely, obviously. That's why I'm always available to people who come to me. Like, there's no such thing in my life where it's like, do not call me or do not message me after a certain time. I'm always available for them. If you don't understand something, you don't get something, don't message me, just call me. If I'm free at that time, I will definitely what we say, definitely answer, reply, or if not, then as soon as I get as soon as I'm available, as soon as I get done, I'll get back to you and I'll help you. Like I know there are people who like I've come across certain issues where people go for parties and all, and they don't like they are on this fitness journey and want to keep their blood sugar in check, but they also want to enjoy life. They want to have a drink or two, or there's a big buffet in front of them, and they know how to, and they don't know how to go about it. And everything looks so appetizing, and they're like, "Oh my god!" So
Mm,
then, in those cases, also, I've given them that freedom. Like, give me a call. You don't understand what to eat, how to eat. Ask me. I'll tell you how to go about so that you can enjoy your night as well, and it won't affect you as much, or it won't hamper your next day. Then when it comes to having a drink or two, or maybe just enjoying the entire buffet. So yeah, so I've given people who come to me, my clients, my trainees, that freedom at least.
mm,
So yeah, I'm available. It does take a toll on my personal life to a certain extent, but
mm.
it's okay. I'm okay with it.
That's all right. So long
So
as you're
that
doing what you love.
it's actually very important because it uh I wouldn't say changed my life. It gave my life direction
Yeah.
that
Purpose.
way. And I had to struggle a lot. I had to fight a lot. Let it be family, let it be society. Those days to do what I'm doing. And it's just now that the field has caught up in the past, I think, 6 years, 6, 7 years. But before that, in this, what we say, in this city, in our country, there was not much, what we say, the field wasn't much, very reputable. Like there was not much reputation to it. You know, people would look down upon it, and there were a lot of things at that those days, that time. Now things have changed. Now things are a bit different. But yeah, what I'm doing, this coaching, counseling, helping people, etc., etc. Like back then, like getting into it, like it gave me a direction. You just get you just get that feeling. Your inner voice. It's like, no, this is what you need to do. This is what you should do. This is what you will be good at. So that's how I got into it. And I have no complaints. And as I said, like even if my personal time gets hampered, I still have no complaints. I'm happy with it. I'm fine with it. I try to then, somehow compensate or make time here and there. So it's fine. And again, another plus point is that we are working from home. Like
Absolutely.
there are people who prefer, the coach or me being in person to guide them, to train them and whatnot. So those days, then I have to choose a time slot accordingly, depending on the distance, the traffic, etc. Or then, as I said, I have a small team. I will send over my colleagues who stay close by to the client, and they just go. I just tell them the do's and don'ts, and then rest they'll take it from there.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's how actually right now the business is going. That's my business model.
Yeah.
So I have a small team of coaches, physiotherapists, psychologists, and yeah, like a few yoga instructors.
Mm.
So I tend to combine them all so that I can give a better service to my clients, so that for that person's health, fitness, wellness, physical and mental well-being. Actually, like now, mental well-being has also become a very big issue. People are too stressed out, too stressed out. So right now, just looking at the physical aspect, it doesn't cut it. You also need to try and help the person, mentally, like, calm them, peace of mind, and help them think straight. So that way. Other than that, it's all up to them only at the end of the day, like as they say.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes over here. That's what I do. That's mostly what my day looks like.
Okay. So,
Yes.
Roland, can you share a recent project or initiative that you've been involved in?
Okay, yeah. Recent project would be I'm actually working on one where where I want to help people at the grassroots level.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and the specially abled, I don't know what terminology to use today, but as I said, specially abled populace. I feel that they are very much ignored, and I am trying to form a non-profit organization.
Mhm.
So I'm actually looking for volunteers as well as I'm going ahead with it. So yeah, so I
That's awesome.
want to. This is going to be like this is a project that I'm currently working,
Mm.
like helping the small timers, trying to educate them, inculcate certain do's and don'ts, like just give them some knowledge about how things are that way.
Mm.
It's difficult actually over here
Mm.
because they are very skeptical and they are also just struggling to make a living. They don't have as much time as we think they probably have. And again, communication, trying to explain things to them is a bit difficult. And
Mm.
many of them at that level, like the lower level, still like, they are not open, their minds not yet opened up when it comes to exercise science, like they are actually waiting for something to happen to them. Like they feel that as long as they are fine, there's no cold and cough, that's it.
Mm.
So
Mm.
that thing, like, don't wait for something to happen to you. Let's start small. And it could be anyone, like, the rickshawalas, the taxi drivers, the cab drivers, the
Yeah.
sweepers. I'm trying to, like, talk to them, survey them, see how to get to them. And again, when I say specially abled, I'm trying to create I'm working on activities and all for kids and again aged people, like,
Yes.
who like not many people or not many coaches have that kind of a patience to deal with.
Mm. Yeah,
That's my current project.
that's awesome.
So that's
Love that.
yeah. So that's what I'm uh, currently trying to figure out and working on. So it
Yeah.
may take some time, but, but I'm hoping that I can kick it off in the coming 2 to 3 months. Like right now, I'm still surveying and trying to implement certain things more like trial and error. So
Mm.
let's see how I can get to them. I need to find that one point,
Mm.
that can entice them or that will what they call it.
What would you like support with in relation to setting up this program or information about?
Honest, I haven't thought that I'm open to any kind of support and help.
Mm.
Like anything that will help me with this venture or help me. So for me, what matters is, like as I said, growth. Like
Mm.
helping people grow and also my personal growth. Like
Mm.
I know I lack in certain aspects myself because of certain reasons, like the health and I had, and I don't know if I have ADHD and all that stuff. So I do have a lot of issues. So that's one thing that I'm looking for. And the other thing, as I said, how I can help my clients better and with this venture. So I'm open to ideas. I'm open to any way that you can help me out and support me with. And again, as this is something long distance, so then we need to again sit and figure out a way that you being there, I being there, how
Mm.
uh, it can work on, how it can be done. Correct, yes. Now the kids that I'm talking about over here are like, who are challenged, as I said, like mentally, then physically, then who have a hard time speaking or who can't speak at all, who can't hear at all,
Mm.
or who are visually challenged. So what is when I'm saying kids or aged, not kids also, especially women. This is what I mean, like this category of people. Because here you need a lot of patience, here you need a lot of understanding, here you need to find creative ways and new ways to be able to teach them
Mm.
something.
Mm.
So that is what. Now, where technology is concerned, it can be used definitely for the again the other what we call it,
Mm.
the other sect of people like the grassroots level as I mentioned, like your cab drivers or sweepers that way. So they can be yes, they can obviously be
Mm.
um,
Mm.
we can obviously use technology to get their attention. So that's like. So as I
Mm.
said, yes, I need more ideas like you presented ones. I think if I get many more, then I can actually sit, study. I
Mm.
can see what works here in this region, in this part. Depending on how people think over here.
Mm.
So that way. And as I said, there'll be a lot of field work, but obviously I'll have to tie up with other NGOs. I can have to visit orphanages and other places where I can hold events, that way.
Mm.
Because today things are not, as we also know, things are not the same like what they were 5 or 10 years back. So that's 5 years back, 10 years back. Even the quality of food that you eat is not the same.
That's right. Mm. Mm.
And people have got an extreme. Like people are like there is undernutrition, and I think there is something on overnutrition also, where you're like obese, overweight, diabetic, etc.
Mm.
So we need to even try and tackle those. And this is now this kind of malnutrition, like where you strike into the obesity zone or the overweight zone. It's not only seen in like the higher up categories. Now, if you see the underprivileged also are getting into that kind of a zone for
Yeah.
some reason. So I'm sure there are reasons, but I want to get those reasons out.
Yeah.
But that to like go on to the field and in person. So I have a couple of people, volunteers, and full empathy who are trying to help me out with it.
Mm,
So like with the field work and yeah, that's how it is. So I am open for ideas and support.
mm. Yeah,
And
fantastic.
yeah, because without new ideas, my creativity ends somewhere. I
Yeah,
know I have my limitations.
yeah.
And someone may not, or I may not think what you think. So yeah, I'm open to that. Like, give me what you have. We can discuss it. If I have some doubts, we can clear it up. Like,
Mm,
clear it up for me, like what you mean. And even if still we have a communication gap, then maybe we can try and find a way to bridge it in
mm.
some way so that I understand better and I can implement it over.
So,
Definitely.
Roland, the last
Yeah.
question I have for you is
Yeah.
what message or advice would you like to share with fellow members of the collective?
I I just have a very simple what do you say? Uh, well, there is one thought uh, that always drives me, and I think that was by Alexander the Great, that conquer your fear and you can conquer it.
Mm,
So that's with respect to anything and everything that I do. Like when I'm scared of, or when I'm like overthinking about starting a venture or putting my step into something. So for some reason, that thought always drives.
mm,
And the second is a very basic one: stay fit, stay well, stay happy. That's it. Like like I feel these three things are like these three rules are like these three what is statements are like the simple rules towards longevity.
mm,
Stay well, stay fit, and stay happy. You'll be
mm.
fine.
Yeah, I
And
love.
with my experience, I don't know. Like I'm not a very big believer in luck, but as per my experience, things tend to work out if you believe in it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
hence, when I say let's stay happy, it means just like relax, just believe in what you're doing. Don't stress out too much. It
Mm,
will work. It will work out.
yeah. And also if it's meant for you,
Yeah, that's all. If
you
it's
will
meant for you,
take
it will work out.
it. If it's meant for you, you will be motivated to take the action required to have that. Just like you were saying,
Exactly.
you studied geology and you did these other things, and then you had the full body experience of
True.
stepping out of your own comfort zone and really being committed to achieving what you wanted to achieve with your health. And you went, this is my thing. This is what I was
Correct.
born to do. And
Correct. True.
it took, I'm sure it took courage for you to completely shift and go, oh, look, sorry, all of the expectations on me. I'm going this way. You know,
Rightly put.
so
Yes.
credit to you for that because I'm sure at the time there would have been a bit of friction around making that decision.
There was a lot of friction.
Yeah.
There was a lot of friction. But as I said, that one thought drove me. It never let me step down or get me discouraged, demotivated.
Mm.
And it just felt right. It was just a calling that, no, this is your thing. This is your thing.
Yeah. And you know
And
it
you
here
just
in
have
your
to follow
heart.
it.
You knew in your heart, I
Correct.
feel it. This is what I'm meant to do. And I can do this and I can be that for other people. And our
Correct.
health is all we have. Really, we
And
can't
as
achieve any
well
of
as
the other stuff unless we've got our health.
I have come across so many people in the past XYZ years that I've been working over here in this industry that uh, they have put so many years in accumulating so much of wealth.
Mm,
And I have seen that wealth just slip by because of bad health.
Mm,
And within a year or two,
mm.
as that saying goes, health is wealth.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. And I mean,
So,
and the other thing that I've seen, so I come from medical originally, the thing that I've seen is people actually do work themselves to death because
yes,
all
yes.
the focus is on the doing, but none of the
Correct.
focus is on the being.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very yes, rightly put. Correct. That's
Mm,
what's been happening, and that this trend, this culture, the doing and being culture needs to change. Like that's what I want people to understand. When I say stay fit, stay well, stay happy, it's like simple, like three simple words: fit, well, happy. Fitness means okay, mentally, physically. When I say well meaning okay, be at peace, and happy meaning I can be positive. Just relax, things will follow. Stressing out is not going to help. Yes, I do understand stress is something that we can't control. It just comes in, you
mm.
know, it just seeps in. We are humans, it does come in. But we need to try and get out of it as soon as possible. We need to
Yes.
remind ourselves about certain aspects. And yes, there are other tools as well, like you have exercise, you have meditation, you have clean eating habits, etc. So you can use these tools. These tools are for your betterment. That is why they are there.
Mm.
So you can make time, use these tools, and just try to get out of it. Jen, you won't believe it. I actually have to teach people to breathe.
I believe it. I totally believe it. Yeah.
It's it's actually sad. Like sometimes I think about it actually gets me down also. That breathing is something that you're born with. It's natural. Like okay, I can understand teaching you to eat
Yes. Yeah.
because there's a lot of research and there's a lot of sequencing and there's a lot of stuff that goes on. But breathing, like, okay, you breathe, taking deep breaths. Like today people don't have time to even breathe properly.
Or if they're in a stress state, they start breathing fast. And if they stay in that state for any length of time, that
Hmm.
becomes normal for them. And then the breathing creates the stress, like keeps them in
Yeah,
that high
but
level.
but while you are stressed, the breathing that shoots up, that goes up while you are stressed, that's the body's way or of the body's way of coping up with the what we say the oxygen depletion that's happening because of stress. You tend to burn more calories. You tend to go to a catabolic state. So that's like your body's way of coping up with it. My point being is why wait for that state?
Mm,
Like
yeah,
make good breathing, healthy breathing, even when you're happy, like a normal thing. It will help you. It will put you into an anabolic state. It
yeah.
will then it will then actually help you not enter into that
That's
stressful kind
right.
of a state. If you're
Yeah.
if you're doing it from the beginning, if you're doing it from the start altogether,
Mm,
why
yeah,
wait? Why wait for your body? It's like it's like a reflex. When you're stressful, you start hyperventilating, you start breathing heavy. That's just like a reflex of your body. Like okay, it's trying to cope up with something. But why wait for that point?
mm, yeah,
You can even breathe well while you're sitting, watching something, or in a happy state, or in a talkative state. You can just be conscious about it, bring it into a habit, let it become a habit. Then you don't
mm,
have to worry about it.
that's right.
But breathing being such a basic thing, the air is free around you, you don't have to worry about it. All you have to worry about is just being a bit conscious. And today I see people, they don't even have 5 minutes.
Mm,
Forget about 20 minutes or 30 minutes. 5 minutes to just sit in one place and breathe. And I have to tell people to switch off your gadgets, keep everything else aside, shut the door or whatever. And just like breathe, focus on your breathing.
Mm.
Like it shouldn't be something that needs to be taught or needs to be reminded. Like you should do it by yourself and you shouldn't wait for getting stressed out to do it. Just do it when you're okay, and that's going to build up, bulk up, and then lead to less stress.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the thing. It's so simple, yet we don't gift
So,
ourselves the ability to be responsible for our own body. Like it's all
correct,
about
actually.
being out there.
Like if you talk about yoga or like yoga or Ayurveda, if you go into the spiritual
Mm.
aspects over here, breathing is the most important thing.
Yeah. And doing it mindfully.
Even if you
Be-
mindfully, even if
yeah,
you talk
mind.
about enlightenment,
Mm.
breathing, how you breathe,
Mm.
it's like a very crucial aspect about whatever, like your own growth, let it be mental or let it be physical.
Mm.
Even if you want to burn calories, you need enough oxygen.
100%.
If you want to
Yeah,
lose weight, you need enough oxygen. And
that's right.
why not take that free oxygen?
Mm. Mm.
So that's one aspect that actually makes me feel sad that I have to remind the people that please breathe.
Well, and Roland, I think that's, really great advice for the members of the collective too, is, what we've just talked about is to actually breathe and to be conscious of it. Yeah, I think that's
And
fabulous.
there are certain people who are making courses out of breathing. I don't see what's the need of making a elaborate 3 month or a 2 month course.
Mm.
Like just breathe the way you are breathing as your kids. Let's try to incorporate that and you'll be fine. Is what I say.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
don't need to study breathing so deeply also. Just do a little bit of deep breathing. Like you've seen your kids when your kids were born, like when they were babies, when they were breathing, the stomach would just expand
Yeah.
and it would contract, expand and it would. That's the breathing that you want right now. And that's
Mm.
the healthy kind of
Yes, that's right. Yeah, because
whatever
because
do
then
you
it's
like
fully in the
baby.
body. It's not just up here. And when people are anxious,
Exactly.
that's where they breathe from.
From the
Yeah.
lungs. You
Yeah.
just
So
need to
bring it back
mimic.
down. Mm.
You just need to mimic like what you used to do as babies or as kids. And you're fine, you're sorted. And as I said, like there are different ways of breathing, like pranayams and like yoga.
Yeah.
So each nostril breathing, deep breathing, squeezing
Mm.
your guts. So they also have different effects, but they are more like breathing exercises. Here
Mm.
I'm not talking about breathing exercises, here I'm just talking about normal breathing,
Yeah,
like your day to day.
absolutely.
So yeah, I would like the people from
Yeah.
our collective to also focus on the breath work. Like you are focused on your proteins, your carbs, your fats, your vitamins, and maybe even your gym, your exercises, but also make time to do mindful and conscious breathing. Just observe, as I said, just observe your kids.
That's right.
Just
Yeah.
observe
Because
your baby.
it's a
That's
communication
all.
from your body, isn't it? Your body's telling you something. So if you're breathing
Even
up
if you
at
see
40, it's like
animals,
saying, slow down.
actually, the number of breaths. There was an article or a citation, something that I read recently, where it stated that uh, you have a limited amount of breaths in your life.
See, I've heard that too, and I actually agree with that.
So don't just like let it go or waste it.
So don't waste
Like you
them.
have a limited, don't waste them. Like breathe fully, breathe comfortably, breathe mindfully. So
Mm.
breathing, I feel, is a very important aspect of our life which has been ignored big time.
Mm.
Like even if you see in animals, like this is again the example that was given over there, like a turtle or a tortoise takes only 5 to 6 breaths per minute. That's why
Yeah.
it's that heavy.
Yeah.
And whereas our dogs, if you see them breathe, their breathing is up to 30, 40, 50, depending on what. Minimally, it's around 30 to 40.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
And for a human being, it should be somewhere around 12 to 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm sure you also know that. So that's what, like, I'm sure that you can't time your breath every time. But as I do it with my clients, I can just exercise to my clients and my trainees. I put the time up and we tend to,
Mm.
breathe, hold it, exhale, inhale, hold the breath, exhale, inhale, and try to get it into the routine so that it becomes a part of their daily breathing pattern kind of thing.
Absolutely. You train yourself to breathe correctly.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So this would be another important thing that I would like the people from a collective to focus on.
Mm.
And I feel like most of your issues will be fine, will be sorted. Like let it be from your allergies.
Mm.
Food allergy is not only a normal dust allergy. Even food allergies can be taken care of if your breathing is good.
Mm. Yeah.
And this I'm not just saying because I probably read it somewhere. I've seen and read such.
Yeah, I've seen it too. Yeah, working with mental health and anxiety and panic attacks and things like that. Like it's just, oh, Roland.
Yes, correct,
So,
correct,
Roland,
correct.
thank you so much for your time. I have just
My
enjoyed
pleasure.
every second of talking with
Same
you.
here.
Well, I was just saying I've really enjoyed every moment of our interview, and I look forward
Same
to
here.
seeing your post, and I look forward to seeing you at our roundtables in the group as well.
Definitely, definitely. I would love to be a part of it. I'll see you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, Roland. Well, you take care.
Okay,
Have
then have a
an
beautiful day
awesome
today.
week.
You
Yeah,
too, you too.
and I'll see
Take
you soon.
care. See you soon. Okay.
Okay, bye
Bye
now.
bye.